Chapter 1, The Abandoned Mansion. The mansion's silhouette cut a dramatic figure against the overcast sky, its once majestic spires now tattered and weather-beaten. The grandeur of its past was barely discernible beneath layers of grime and creeping ivy. The estate, long abandoned, seemed to whisper secrets from a bygone era through its broken windows and sagging rooflines. Lily Parker, with her bright blue dress billowing gently in the wind, stood at the edge of the forest, staring at the imposing structure. At 8 years old, Lily was a picture of innocence and curiosity. Her dress, adorned with delicate lace, was a stark contrast to the mansion's decay. She had been playing hide-and-seek with her friends, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, her adventurous spirit led her astray. Clutching her well-loved teddy bear, a gift from her late mother, Lily hesitated at the mansion's entrance. Her small fingers, gripping the bear tightly, trembled slightly. The once grand iron gates were now rusted and barely functional, leaving just enough of a gap for a child to slip through. Lily took a deep breath, her heart pounding as she pushed the gates open and stepped onto the estate's grounds. The mansion's interior was a haunting labyrinth of dust and decay. The grand entrance hall, with its once polished marble floors, was now a somber tapestry of neglect. The chandelier, a relic of opulent times, hung askew from the ceiling, its crystals dulled and cobwebbed. The walls, adorned with faded tapestries, seemed to sag under the weight of years of disrepair. The air was thick with the scent of mildew and damp, each breath a reminder of the mansion's decline. Lily's footsteps echoed as she ventured further inside, the oppressive silence broken only by the occasional drip of water from a leaky roof. Her eyes darted around, taking in the grand but forlorn beauty of the mansion. The furniture, draped in white sheets, stood like silent sentinels, their once grand upholstery now marred by dust and time. As she explored, her mind raced with both excitement and fear. The mansion was like something out of a fairy tale, only much darker. Each room she entered revealed glimpses of its former splendor: a grand piano, its keys yellowed and dusty, an ornate mirror, its frame intricately carved but covered in grime. Lily's small frame moved through the mansion's rooms, her teddy bear offering a small measure of comfort against the vastness of the decaying estate. The deeper Lily went, the more she felt the weight of the mansion's history pressing in on her. Shadows danced on the walls, cast by the fading light that filtered through grimy windows. The silence was almost tangible, filled only by the soft rustling of her dress and the occasional creak of the floorboards. Lily wandered through the mansion's labyrinthine corridors, her imagination running wild. Each room seemed to hold its own secrets, its own stories of the past. The mansion, though eerie, was also filled with a strange, melancholic beauty. Her initial fear began to mix with a sense of wonder as she delved deeper into the heart of the estate. Chapter 2, Richard's arrival. Richard Worthington was a man of considerable influence and wealth, known for his sharp business acumen and refined tastes. But today, his purpose was personal. His late mother had always spoken of the mansion with reverence, and after her passing, Richard had made a promise to honor her memory by restoring the estate to its former glory. As he approached the mansion, his sleek black car was a stark contrast to the estate's dilapidation. The car's polished surface and Richard's impeccably tailored suit seemed almost out of place against the backdrop of crumbling grandeur. The rusted iron gates barely moved as he pushed them open, the sound of metal scraping against metal echoing through the quiet. Richard's eyes scanned the mansion's exterior with a critical eye. The once imposing facade was now marred by the ravages of time and nature. Overgrown vines and moss clung to the walls, and the garden, once carefully manicured, was now a tangled mess of weeds and wild growth. He took a deep breath, steeling himself for the task ahead. The restoration of the mansion would be a monumental challenge, but it was one he was determined to undertake. As he entered the mansion, the vastness of the decay struck him. The grand entrance hall, though still impressive in its scale, was now a shadow of its former self. Dust floated in the narrow beams of light that managed to penetrate the grime-covered windows. The once luxurious chandeliers were now dim, their crystals dulled by years of neglect. Richard's footsteps echoed through the empty halls as he began his exploration. The mansion's former elegance was still visible in the intricate moldings and ornate details that remained. His mind raced with ideas and plans for the restoration, but he was also keenly aware of the challenges that lay ahead. The mansion's decline was a testament to the passage of time, and restoring it would require both dedication and skill. Chapter 3, The Encounter. As Richard moved through the mansion, his focus shifted from the grand restoration project to a series of subtle disturbances. Fresh footprints in the dust, the faint echo of a child's voice, these signs indicated that someone else might be in the mansion. His concern grew with each step, and he quickened his pace, following the sounds as they became more distinct. The mansion's labyrinthine corridors seemed to stretch endlessly, each turn revealing new sights of disrepair and decay. The soft sound of a child's whimper guided Richard through the maze, his heart racing with a mix of worry and determination. The sound led him to a room bathed in an eerie light from a cracked window. There, standing in the middle of the room, was a young girl. Her dress was elegant but soiled, her small frame shivering slightly. She clutched an old teddy bear, its fur worn but still loved. Her face was streaked with tears, her eyes wide with fear. The sight of her in such a forlorn state struck Richard deeply. Richard approached slowly, making sure his movements were gentle and non-threatening. "Hello there," he said softly, his voice filled with warmth and concern. "Are you lost?" The girl looked up, her eyes reflecting a mix of fear and hope. She nodded, her lower lip quivering. Richard could see the genuine distress in her eyes, and it tugged at his heartstrings. He knelt down to her level, offering a reassuring smile. "My name is Richard. I'm here to help you. What's your name?" The girl hesitated, her trust wavering, but she eventually replied in a small voice, "Lily." "It's nice to meet you, Lily," Richard said gently. "Let's get you out of here, all right?" Lily hesitated but then reached out, her tiny hand clasping Richard's. With a gentle grip, he helped her to her feet, and they began their journey through the mansion. Richard spoke softly, trying to comfort her and distract her from her fears. He described the restoration project and how the mansion would one day be beautiful again, hoping to bring a glimmer of hope to the frightened child. Chapter 4, The Rescue. Navigating through the mansion with Lily in tow, Richard was acutely aware of the enormity of the task ahead. The once grand halls were now a maze of debris and decay. Each step they took was fraught with the challenge of navigating the deteriorating structure. Richard's mind was focused on getting Lily to safety, but he also couldn't help but marvel at the mansion's former grandeur. As they made their way down the grand staircase, Richard took extra care to ensure Lily's safety. The stairs creaked under their weight, and the air was thick with the scent of mildew. Richard's thoughts were a mix of concern for Lily and determination to complete the restoration project. He knew that the mansion's history and beauty were worth preserving. They finally reached the front entrance, and Richard's relief was palpable. The sunlight outside was a welcome change from the oppressive gloom of the mansion. He helped Lily into the back seat of his car, making sure she was comfortable before closing the door. The sight of her sitting there, safe and secure, filled Richard with a deep sense of satisfaction. The drive to a nearby cafe was filled with a quiet reflection. Richard was relieved that he had been able to rescue Lily and get her to safety. The cafe, with its warm and welcoming atmosphere, was a stark contrast to the mansion's eerie silence. Richard ordered some refreshments and made arrangements to contact Lily's grandmother. Chapter 5, Reunion and Reflection. The reunion with Lily's grandmother was a deeply emotional moment. As the elderly woman rushed to embrace Lily, tears of relief streamed down her face. Richard watched the heartfelt scene with a mixture of pride and humility. He had accomplished what he set out to do. He had rescued Lily and reunited her with her family. The grandmother's gratitude was overwhelming. "You've done more than we could ever repay," she said, her voice choked with emotion. "Thank you for bringing Lily back to us." Richard smiled, his modesty evident. "I'm just glad I could help. The mansion is quite something, isn't it? Maybe one day it will be a place of beauty again." Chapter 6, Restoration and New Beginnings. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of activity for Richard. The mansion, once a desolate ruin, was now the focus of an ambitious restoration project. The initial assessments revealed just how extensive the damage was, but Richard's determination to bring the mansion back to life remained unwavering. The restoration team arrived with equipment, tools, and a vision to transform the decaying estate into a place of elegance once more. Richard worked closely with the team, ensuring that every detail was meticulously attended to. They began with structural repairs, reinforcing the foundation, repairing the roof, and addressing the myriad issues caused by years of neglect. Lily and her grandmother, now more accustomed to the mansion's transformation, visited frequently. Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement as she watched the changes unfold. Her small hands were often seen helping to dust off old furniture or rearrange artifacts that had been discovered during the cleanup. The mansion, which had once been a place of fear and uncertainty for her, was becoming a symbol of hope and renewal. Richard was deeply moved by Lily's involvement. Her curiosity and enthusiasm were infectious, and they provided a much-needed boost to the restoration team. Lily's presence was a reminder of why the mansion was worth saving. Each time she walked through its grand halls, the mansion seemed to come alive with a renewed sense of purpose. The restoration process was fraught with challenges. The mansion's once grand ballroom, with its high ceilings and intricate moldings, had suffered significant damage. The team worked tirelessly to restore the ornate plasterwork, carefully matching the original designs. The grand chandelier, which had once been the centerpiece of the room, was cleaned and repaired, its crystals gleaming once more. The restoration of the mansion's library was another major undertaking. The room, lined with shelves of dusty books and faded leather bindings, required extensive work. Richard was determined to preserve the library's character while making it functional again. The walls were cleaned and repainted, and the wooden shelves were polished and repaired. The old books were carefully restored, their pages gently cleaned and bound. As the months passed, the mansion's transformation became increasingly evident. The grand staircase, once covered in dust and debris, was now a polished marvel of craftsmanship. The once dilapidated ballroom was now a space of elegance and grace, ready to host events and gatherings once again. Chapter 7, Legacy and Transformation. The grand reopening of the mansion was a momentous occasion. The community, which had watched the restoration process with interest, gathered to celebrate the revival of the estate. The mansion, now a beacon of elegance and history, was a testament to the dedication and effort that had gone into its restoration. Richard stood at the entrance, greeting guests as they arrived. His suit, impeccable as always, was a stark contrast to the grandeur of the mansion behind him. The grand foyer was filled with the hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses, the atmosphere one of celebration and joy. Lily and her grandmother were among the guests, their pride in the mansion's revival evident. Lily, now more confident and joyful, moved through the rooms with a sense of ownership. Her grandmother, with tears of joy in her eyes, thanked Richard once more for his kindness and dedication. As the evening progressed, Richard took a moment to reflect on the journey that had led to this point. The mansion's transformation was more than just a physical renovation, it was a symbol of renewal and hope. The connections forged during the restoration process, the bonds formed with Lily and her grandmother, were as important as the restoration itself. The mansion's reopening was celebrated with a grand event. The ballroom, now resplendent with its restored chandelier and elegant decor, was filled with laughter and music. Guests marveled at the mansion's transformation, admiring the attention to detail and the care that had gone into preserving its historical charm. As the night drew to a close, Richard stood alone in the grand foyer, gazing at the mansion's restored splendor. The sense of accomplishment was palpable, but it was the emotional impact of the restoration that resonated most deeply. The mansion had become a symbol of resilience and hope, a place where new memories could be made and old ones cherished. Richard's journey, from the harrowing discovery of a lost girl to the triumphant restoration of a grand estate, was a testament to the enduring spirit of human connection and the power of second chances. The mansion, once a place of decay and abandonment, had been transformed into a beacon of elegance and renewal. As the final guests departed, Richard took a moment to savor the success of the project. The mansion's legacy, intertwined with the stories of those who had come to know it, was a reminder of the importance of preserving history and the beauty of new beginnings. Lily and her grandmother continued their connection with Richard, their friendship a testament to the positive impact of the restoration project. The mansion's doors were open to the public once more, its halls filled with the echoes of laughter and the promise of a bright future. Richard's story, marked by compassion, dedication, and resilience, was a reminder of the enduring power of hope and the beauty of second chances. The mansion, now a symbol of elegance and renewal, stood as a testament to the possibilities that arise when we come together to restore and preserve the treasures of the past. Chapter 8, Echoes of the Past. Months after the mansion's grand reopening, life had settled into a new rhythm. The mansion had become a vibrant cultural hub, hosting events, art exhibitions, and community gatherings. Richard had fulfilled his promise to restore the estate, but the mansion now had a new purpose, to serve as a center for local culture and history. Lily, now a frequent visitor, had taken a keen interest in the mansion's history. She spent hours exploring the vast library, poring over old documents and photographs that told the story of the mansion's past. Her grandmother, too, was a regular at the mansion's events, often helping with preparations and volunteering her time. One particularly crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves turned golden and fell gently from the trees, Richard was working in his study. The room, with its large bay windows, overlooked the gardens that had been carefully restored to their former beauty. Richard was reviewing plans for a new community project when he received a phone call from Lily. "Mr. Worthington." Lily's voice came through the receiver, bright and full of excitement. I found something amazing in the library. I think it might be a clue about the mansion's history. Intrigued, Richard agreed to meet her at the library. When he arrived, he found Lily surrounded by old documents and photographs spread across a large table. Her face was alight with enthusiasm. "I found this old journal," Lily said, holding up a leather-bound book. "It looks like it belonged to one of the original owners of the mansion. There are notes about secret passages and hidden rooms." Richard's eyes widened with interest. The discovery of hidden passages and rooms could reveal even more about the mansion's history and its original grandeur. He carefully opened the journal, the pages brittle but surprisingly well preserved. The journal was filled with detailed sketches and descriptions, hinting at hidden rooms and secret compartments. The two spent the afternoon deciphering the journal's contents. It became clear that the mansion had been a place of intrigue and mystery long before its decline. The hidden rooms mentioned in the journal were said to have been used for private gatherings and important meetings, adding a layer of historical significance to the mansion. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the library, Richard and Lily made a plan to explore the mansion for these hidden features. The idea of uncovering new aspects of the mansion's history was thrilling, and both felt a sense of excitement at the prospect. Chapter 9, Unveiling the Secrets. The following weekend, Richard and Lily embarked on their exploration of the mansion's hidden features. Armed with the journal and a flashlight, they began their search. The mansion, though restored to its former glory, still held many of its original secrets. Their first stop was the grand ballroom. According to the journal, a hidden passage might be concealed behind one of the ornate tapestries. Richard and Lily carefully examined the walls, running their fingers over the intricate patterns and searching for any signs of a concealed mechanism. After hours of careful examination, Lily's excitement peaked when she discovered a small, almost imperceptible latch hidden behind the tapestry. With Richard's help, she pulled the latch, and a section of the wall slowly slid open, revealing a narrow staircase leading downward. They descended into the darkness, the beam of their flashlight casting eerie shadows on the walls. The staircase led to a small, hidden chamber. The room was filled with old furniture, dusty but still elegant, and walls lined with shelves of forgotten books and artifacts. It was a treasure trove of historical artifacts, each item holding a story of its own. Lily's eyes sparkled with wonder as she examined the items. "This is incredible, Mr. Worthington. We've uncovered a piece of history that was lost for decades." Richard nodded, his excitement mirrored in his eyes. "It's extraordinary. This room is a testament to the mansion's rich history. We'll need to carefully catalog and preserve everything we've found." Their discovery was just the beginning. Over the next few weeks, Richard and Lily continued their search, uncovering more hidden rooms and secret compartments. Each discovery added a new layer to the mansion's history, revealing stories of its past occupants and their lives. Chapter 10, The mansion's new chapter. As the mansion's restoration continued and its secrets were unveiled, it became a focal point for the community. Richard organized a series of historical tours, showcasing the newly discovered rooms and artifacts. The mansion, now a vibrant and lively place, attracted visitors from far and wide, eager to learn about its history and significance. Lily's enthusiasm and curiosity made her a natural guide, and she took great pride in sharing the mansion's stories with visitors. Her knowledge of the mansion's history, combined with her genuine love for the estate, made her an exceptional storyteller. The mansion's once quiet halls were now filled with the sounds of laughter, conversation, and the eager footsteps of visitors. The mansion's transformation had a profound impact on the community. Local artists and musicians used the mansion's spaces for exhibitions and performances, breathing new life into the estate. Richard's vision of restoring the mansion had not only preserved its history but had also created a space for cultural enrichment and community engagement. One evening, as the mansion hosted a grand charity gala, Richard reflected on the journey that had brought him to this point. The mansion, once a place of decay and neglect, had become a symbol of renewal and hope. The connections forged with Lily and her grandmother, the community's support, and the uncovering of the mansion's secrets were all part of a larger narrative of transformation. Lily, dressed in an elegant gown for the gala, stood beside Richard as they watched the festivities unfold. Her face, illuminated by the soft glow of the chandeliers, radiated pride and joy. The mansion's restoration was not just a personal achievement for Richard but a shared accomplishment that had touched many lives. As the evening drew to a close, Richard took a moment to address the guests. His speech was heartfelt and reflective, expressing his gratitude for the support and involvement of the community. He spoke of the mansion's history, its restoration, and the importance of preserving and celebrating the past. The mansion, with its grand halls and hidden rooms, had become a testament to the power of hope, dedication, and human connection. Richard's journey, marked by the rescue of a lost girl and the transformation of a decaying estate, was a reminder of the possibilities that arise when we come together to restore and preserve the treasures of our past. Chapter 11, A Community Reborn. As the mansion's influence grew, its role in the community expanded beyond just a cultural center. Richard had always envisioned the mansion as a place of connection and collaboration, and his vision was becoming a reality. Local schools began to use the mansion's historical resources for educational programs, and various community groups found it to be a perfect venue for their activities. One day, as Richard was finalizing plans for a new community outreach program, he received an unexpected visit from an old friend, Marcus Thompson, a historian with a deep interest in local history. Richard. Marcus greeted with enthusiasm. "I've heard so much about the mansion's restoration. It's truly remarkable what you've accomplished." "Marcus, it's great to see you," Richard replied warmly. "I'm glad you could make it. We've been working on a few new projects and programs. I'd love to hear your thoughts." Marcus, ever the historian, was fascinated by the mansion's transformation. He had a proposal that aligned perfectly with Richard's vision. "I've been researching local history, and I believe there's an opportunity here to create an interactive historical exhibit. The mansion's rich history would provide the perfect backdrop for this project." Richard was intrigued. "Tell me more." Marcus outlined his idea, an exhibit that would allow visitors to experience different periods of the mansion's history through immersive, interactive displays. Each room would be dedicated to a specific era, complete with period-appropriate artifacts, costumes, and interactive elements that would allow visitors to engage with the history in a meaningful way. The project was ambitious, but Richard's excitement was palpable. "That sounds fantastic. Let's make it happen." Chapter 12, Bringing History to Life. The planning and implementation of the interactive exhibit were a monumental task. The mansion's rooms were meticulously transformed to reflect various historical periods. Each room was designed to provide a sensory experience, with carefully selected artifacts, recreated settings, and even actors dressed in period costumes. The grand ballroom, once the scene of grand social events, was now transformed into a vibrant exhibition space. The room was divided into different sections, each representing a different era of the mansion's history. One section showcased the opulence of the mansion's early years, complete with antique furniture, elegant tapestries, and period music. Another section focused on the more recent history, capturing the mansion's decline and subsequent restoration. Richard, Lily, and Marcus worked closely with a team of historians, curators, and designers to ensure the accuracy and authenticity of the exhibit. The process was both challenging and rewarding, as they delved deep into the mansion's past and brought its history to life for future generations. Lily, now a young woman with a growing interest in history, took an active role in the project. She became a guide for the exhibit, sharing her knowledge of the mansion's history and her personal connection to it with visitors. Her passion and enthusiasm made her an exceptional storyteller, and she quickly became a favorite among guests. The grand opening of the interactive exhibit was a resounding success. The community flocked to the mansion to experience its rich history in a new and engaging way. The exhibit received widespread acclaim for its creativity and educational value, and the mansion's role as a cultural center was solidified. Chapter 13, Challenges and Triumphs. With the success of the interactive exhibit, the mansion's influence continued to grow. However, with success came new challenges. The increased traffic brought by the exhibit put a strain on the mansion's facilities, and the team had to work tirelessly to keep up with the demand. One particular challenge arose when the mansion's heating system malfunctioned during a particularly cold winter. The problem threatened to disrupt the exhibit and the ongoing community programs. Richard, Lily, and the rest of the team worked around the clock to address the issue. They coordinated with contractors, managed temporary solutions, and ensured that the visitors' experience remained unaffected. During this period, the community rallied around the mansion. Local businesses and residents offered their support, providing temporary heating solutions, and volunteers helped with the increased workload. The outpouring of support was a testament to the mansion's importance to the community and the impact it had on their lives. Despite the difficulties, the team's dedication and resilience shone through. The heating system was repaired, and the exhibit continued to thrive. The challenges served as a reminder of the mansion's enduring significance and the importance of community support. Chapter 14, personal growth and new horizons. As the mansion flourished, Richard reflected on the journey that had brought him to this point. The restoration of the mansion had been a labor of love, but it had also been a journey of personal growth. Richard had forged meaningful connections, learned the value of perseverance, and discovered the profound impact of preserving history. Lily, too, had grown through the experience. Her involvement in the mansion's projects had sparked a deep passion for history and education. She decided to pursue a career in historical preservation and education, inspired by her experiences at the mansion. With her new career path in mind, Lily took on a more prominent role in the mansion's educational programs. She developed workshops and school programs that brought history to life for students, inspiring a new generation of history enthusiasts. Her work was met with enthusiasm from the community and educators alike, further cementing the mansion's role as a hub for learning and cultural enrichment. Richard, recognizing Lily's potential, offered his full support for her endeavors. He admired her dedication and was proud of the impact she was making. Their partnership, which had begun with a simple act of kindness, had evolved into a profound and meaningful collaboration. Chapter 15, A Lasting Legacy. As the years passed, the mansion continued to thrive as a cultural and historical center. The interactive exhibit remained a highlight, drawing visitors from around the world. The mansion's transformation from a decaying estate to a vibrant hub of activity was a testament to the power of renewal and the importance of preserving history. Richard's vision had become a reality, but his work was far from over. He remained actively involved in the mansion's programs and continued to seek ways to enhance its offerings. His dedication to the mansion and the community remained unwavering. Lily's career in historical preservation flourished, and she became a respected figure in the field. Her contributions to the mansion and her work with the community had a lasting impact, and she continued to inspire others with her passion and dedication. The mansion, now a symbol of hope and renewal, stood as a reminder of the possibilities that arise when we come together to preserve and celebrate the past. Its grand halls and hidden rooms were filled with the echoes of history, and its future was bright with promise. Richard, Lily, and the community had created something truly special, a place where history was cherished, stories were told, and new beginnings were celebrated. The mansion's legacy was a testament to the enduring power of hope, dedication, and human connection. As the sun set over the mansion, casting a warm glow over its restored grandeur, Richard looked out over the estate with a sense of fulfillment. The journey had been challenging, but the rewards had been immeasurable. The mansion's story, marked by resilience, renewal, and community spirit, was one of lasting impact and enduring significance. The end of one chapter was simply the beginning of another. The mansion's legacy would continue to grow, its history enriched by the stories of those who had come to know and love it. And as the mansion stood tall and proud, its future was filled with endless possibilities. Chapter 16, New Horizons and Expanding Dreams. The success of the mansion's interactive exhibit led to a renewed focus on expanding its role in the community. Richard, inspired by the positive impact the mansion had made, decided it was time to introduce new initiatives that would further connect the mansion with the local community and beyond. One of his new ideas was to host a series of cultural festivals. These festivals would celebrate various aspects of local culture, including art, music, and food. Richard envisioned the mansion as a venue where people could come together to experience and appreciate the richness of their heritage. Lily, now deeply involved in the mansion's educational programs, supported Richard's vision enthusiastically. She proposed incorporating educational elements into the festivals, such as workshops and presentations that would engage attendees and provide them with a deeper understanding of the cultural themes being celebrated. The first festival, themed around local art and craftsmanship, was organized with great care. The mansion's gardens and grand halls were transformed into vibrant spaces showcasing the work of local artists, artisans, and performers. The event was a resounding success, drawing visitors from all over the region and providing a platform for local talent to shine. Richard and Lily worked tirelessly to ensure the festival's success, and their efforts paid off. The festival not only celebrated local culture but also strengthened the community's connection to the mansion. It became an annual tradition, each year bringing a new theme and a fresh opportunity to celebrate different aspects of local culture. Chapter 17, Unexpected Challenges and New Alliances. As the mansion continued to grow in prominence, it attracted the attention of various stakeholders, including local government officials and potential investors. While this increased visibility brought new opportunities, it also introduced new challenges. One significant challenge emerged when a proposed development project threatened to disrupt the mansion's surrounding environment. A commercial development plan was announced, which included constructing high-rise buildings near the mansion. The project posed a risk to the mansion's serene setting and its historical significance. Richard, deeply concerned about the potential impact on the mansion and its surrounding landscape, decided to take action. He rallied the community, organizing meetings and campaigns to raise awareness about the threat and advocate for the preservation of the mansion's environment. Lily, using her skills in public relations and community outreach, played a crucial role in the advocacy efforts. She organized petitions, worked with local media, and coordinated with environmental and historical preservation organizations to build a coalition of support. The community's response was overwhelming. Residents, local businesses, and heritage groups all rallied behind Richard and Lily's efforts. The campaign garnered significant media attention and support from influential figures, putting pressure on the developers and local government to reconsider the project. After months of advocacy and negotiation, a compromise was reached. The development project was scaled back, and measures were put in place to protect the mansion's environment and historical significance. Richard and Lily's dedication had successfully preserved the mansion's legacy and ensured that it remained a cherished part of the community. Chapter 18, The Mansion's Future and Legacy. With the development project behind them, Richard and Lily turned their attention to the mansion's future. They continued to explore new ways to enhance its role as a cultural and educational center. One of their latest initiatives was to establish a scholarship fund for students interested in historical preservation and cultural studies. The scholarship fund aimed to support the next generation of historians, curators, and cultural advocates. It was a way to ensure that the mansion's legacy would live on through the work of future scholars and professionals. The first recipients of the scholarship were announced at a special ceremony held at the mansion. The students, chosen for their passion and potential in the field of historical preservation, were awarded funding to pursue their studies and contribute to the preservation of cultural heritage. Richard and Lily were both deeply moved by the ceremony. Seeing the impact of their efforts on young people who were passionate about preserving history was a powerful reminder of the mansion's enduring significance. The scholarship fund was a testament to their commitment to ensuring that the mansion's legacy would continue to inspire and educate future generations. As the years went by, the mansion continued to evolve and grow. Its role as a cultural and educational center became firmly established, and its influence extended beyond the local community. The mansion attracted visitors from around the world, eager to experience its history and participate in its programs and events. Richard and Lily's partnership had become a cornerstone of the mansion's success. Their shared vision and dedication had transformed the estate into a beacon of cultural enrichment and historical preservation. The mansion stood as a testament to their hard work and the power of community spirit. Chapter 19, A Celebration of Achievements. To celebrate the mansion's achievements and its impact on the community, Richard and Lily organized a grand event. The event was designed to honor the mansion's journey, recognize the contributions of those who had supported its restoration and development, and look forward to the future. The celebration was a grand affair, with guests arriving from near and far to join in the festivities. The mansion's gardens were adorned with beautiful decorations, and its halls were filled with the sounds of music and laughter. The event included performances, speeches, and a showcase of the mansion's recent projects and initiatives. Richard and Lily took the stage to address the guests. Their speech was a reflection on the mansion's journey, from its restoration to its role as a cultural center. They expressed their gratitude to the community, supporters, and everyone who had been part of the mansion's story. The highlight of the evening was the unveiling of a commemorative plaque, which honored the mansion's history and the individuals who had contributed to its preservation. The plaque was installed in the grand foyer, where it would serve as a lasting reminder of the mansion's significance and the efforts made to protect and celebrate its legacy. As the event drew to a close, Richard and Lily looked out over the guests and the mansion's transformed spaces with a sense of pride and accomplishment. The celebration was not just a tribute to the mansion's past but also a celebration of its future. Chapter 20, Reflections and New Beginnings. In the quiet moments after the celebration, Richard and Lily found themselves reflecting on the journey they had undertaken. The mansion had become a symbol of renewal and hope, and its story was one of resilience, dedication, and community spirit. Richard, now a seasoned advocate for historical preservation, continued to be involved in various projects and initiatives. His work had extended beyond the mansion, and he had become a respected figure in the field of heritage conservation. Lily, with her career firmly established, had made significant contributions to the field of historical preservation. Her work at the mansion had paved the way for her success, and she remained committed to her passion for preserving cultural heritage. The mansion, with its grand halls and hidden rooms, stood as a testament to the power of dedication and the beauty of preserving history. Its role as a cultural and educational center continued to grow, and its legacy was firmly established. As Richard and Lily prepared for the next chapter in their lives, they knew that their work was far from over. The mansion's story would continue to unfold, and its impact would be felt for generations to come. The end of one chapter was indeed the beginning of another. The mansion's future was bright with promise, and its legacy would endure as a beacon of hope and inspiration. Richard and Lily's journey had been marked by challenges and triumphs, and their commitment to preserving history had created a lasting impact. The mansion's story, enriched by the dedication of those who loved and cared for it, would continue to inspire and educate. Its grand halls, once filled with echoes of the past, now reverberated with the promise of a vibrant and meaningful future. Chapter 21, The Mansion's Impact on Future Generations. As the mansion continued to thrive, its influence extended to future generations, shaping the lives of those who interacted with it. One of the most impactful programs was the Youth Ambassadors initiative, designed to engage young people in the mansion's mission and provide them with hands-on experience in historical preservation and cultural education. The program attracted a diverse group of students eager to learn about the mansion's history and contribute to its ongoing projects. Each year, a new cohort of youth ambassadors was selected based on their passion for history, dedication to community service, and enthusiasm for learning. Among the new group of ambassadors was Emma, a high school student with a deep fascination for history and a dream of becoming a historian. Emma's dedication and curiosity quickly earned her recognition from Richard and Lily. She immersed herself in the mansion's projects, assisting with research, organizing educational workshops, and contributing to the interactive exhibits. Emma's involvement in the program was transformative. She developed a keen understanding of historical research, learned the intricacies of museum curation, and gained valuable skills in public speaking and education. Her passion for history grew stronger with each passing day, and she became a prominent figure among the youth ambassadors. Richard and Lily took a special interest in Emma's development, mentoring her and providing guidance as she navigated her academic and career aspirations. Emma's growth was a testament to the program's success and the mansion's role in nurturing future leaders in the field of historical preservation. Chapter 22, Facing the Unexpected. Just as the mansion seemed to be reaching new heights, an unexpected challenge arose. A severe storm swept through the region, causing significant damage to the mansion's gardens and exterior. The storm's impact was felt deeply, as the once pristine landscape was left in disarray, and the mansion's historical facade showed signs of wear. Richard, Lily, and the entire team were disheartened by the damage. The storm had not only disrupted their ongoing programs but also threatened to undermine the progress they had made. However, their resolve was unshaken. They knew that the mansion's legacy was too important to let the setback deter them. The recovery process was daunting. Richard organized a series of emergency meetings to assess the damage and develop a plan for repairs. Lily coordinated with conservation experts and restoration specialists to ensure that the repairs were done with the utmost care and respect for the mansion's historical integrity. The community once again rallied around the mansion, offering their support and assistance. Volunteers came forward to help with cleanup efforts, local businesses donated supplies, and financial contributions were made to support the restoration work. The outpouring of support was a testament to the mansion's significance and the strong bond it had forged with the community. As the repairs progressed, the mansion began to regain its former glory. The gardens were replanted, the exterior was restored, and the historical features were carefully repaired. The storm had caused damage, but it had also reinforced the mansion's role as a symbol of resilience and community spirit. Chapter 23, Celebrating Resilience and Renewal. With the restoration complete, the mansion was ready to host a special event to celebrate its recovery and the unwavering support it had received. The event, aptly named Resilience and Renewal, was designed to honor the efforts of everyone who had contributed to the mansion's restoration and to celebrate the community's strength. The celebration was held in the newly restored gardens, which had been transformed into a vibrant and elegant space for the occasion. The event featured live music, art displays, and a showcase of the mansion's recent projects and initiatives. Guests enjoyed a festive atmosphere, reflecting the spirit of renewal and optimism that characterized the mansion's recovery. Richard and Lily took the stage to express their gratitude to the community. Their speeches were heartfelt and moving, acknowledging the challenges they had faced and the incredible support they had received. They emphasized the importance of coming together in times of adversity and the power of collective action. Emma, now a prominent member of the Youth Ambassadors program, also addressed the audience. She shared her personal journey and the impact the mansion had had on her life. Her story was a powerful reminder of the mansion's role in shaping the future and inspiring young people. the event was a resounding success, with attendees leaving inspired and hopeful. The mansion's recovery was celebrated as a symbol of resilience and the enduring power of community. Chapter 24, New Initiatives and Expanding Horizons. Buoyed by the success of the Resilience and Renewal event, Richard and Lily turned their attention to new initiatives that would further enhance the mansion's role in the community. They were determined to build on the momentum and explore new opportunities for growth and impact. One of their new initiatives was to expand the mansion's educational programs to include a series of public lectures and workshops on various aspects of history, culture, and preservation. The goal was to engage a wider audience and provide valuable learning opportunities for individuals of all ages. The lectures and workshops covered a range of topics, from local history and architectural preservation to art conservation and cultural heritage. Renowned experts and scholars were invited to share their knowledge and insights, enriching the mansion's educational offerings and providing attendees with a deeper understanding of the subjects. Lily played a key role in organizing these programs, leveraging her expertise and connections to curate a diverse and engaging series of events. The programs were well received, attracting participants from the local community and beyond. They became a valuable addition to the mansion's offerings and further cemented its role as a hub for education and cultural enrichment. Additionally, Richard and Lily explored opportunities for partnerships with other cultural institutions and organizations. They sought to collaborate on joint projects, share resources, and create synergies that would benefit both the mansion and its partners. These collaborations helped to expand the mansion's reach and impact, fostering a network of support and shared goals. Chapter 25, Legacy and Reflection. As the mansion continued to thrive and evolve, Richard and Lily took time to reflect on their journey and the legacy they had built. They were proud of what they had accomplished and grateful for the support they had received along the way. The mansion had become more than just a historical estate, it had become a symbol of hope, resilience, and community. Its impact was felt through its educational programs, cultural events, and the personal stories of those who had been touched by its mission. Richard and Lily knew that their work was far from over. They remained committed to ensuring that the mansion's legacy would continue to inspire and enrich future generations. They continued to explore new opportunities, embrace challenges, and seek ways to enhance the mansion's role in the community. The mansion stood as a testament to the power of dedication, collaboration, and the enduring importance of preserving history. Its grand halls, vibrant gardens, and immersive exhibits were a reflection of the passion and commitment of those who had worked to bring it back to life. As Richard and Lily looked out over the mansion, they felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Their journey had been marked by challenges and triumphs, but it had also been defined by the positive impact they had made on the community and the legacy they had built. The mansion's story was one of resilience, renewal, and the power of human connection. It was a story that would continue to unfold, inspiring and enriching the lives of those who experienced its beauty and significance. And so, as the sun set over the mansion, casting a warm glow over its restored grandeur, Richard and Lily knew that their work had made a lasting impact. The mansion's legacy would endure, a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come.